Hey guys, and welcome to a game between MBL and Daniel. I wanted to cast this game because in MBL is the Britons, but he's going to go for scouts. And I think a lot of people might look at the Britons and say, oh, they're an archer save and they don't have bloodlines. Why would they go for scouts? But it still can be a really good decision to go for them. So I figured I'd look at what MBL does here and analyze why it's able to work out for him so well. So he will be Britons in the green. On the other side, we will have Daniel playing as the Magyars in the blue. And just taking a quick look over Daniel's map, has a couple of golds at the top, out beyond a hill, forward stone, safe gold, but there's this big hill behind it. So not really a great map for him. Woods are pretty far away. So he's looking at this map and thinking, oh, he needs to do something aggressive to make up for how open the map is. Meanwhile, MBL has a really nice map. Like in the old days, this probably would have been a Drush Fast Castle map. Just wall up over here, kind of wall in the front towards your TC, wall over on this side, and then you are completely safe with a gold in the back and also a wood line in the back. Having the wood in the back is also pretty important. Sometimes you might just wall up, but then your wood lines can get towered and you're forced completely off of wood. But here, even if there's towers in front of his walls, MBL can just go to this back wood line and be nice and safe. But anyway, we see him going for a Masterpiece Lumber Camp, letting that villager idle there just for a second before moving it back onto that tree. Always have to be aware of that. And we see, oh, he is taking a boar with the scout. So, off the bat, right away laming Daniel. Bad map and being lamed, so not a good map or not a good situation for Daniel to be in. And MBL will probably next take that forward boar, then take this boar down there and get 3 boars, being the little lamer that he is. Even taking the extra time to bring the boar around the town center once more with the scout, just to get it nice and underneath the TC. So good job laming there by MBL. And what he's going to look to do this game is take advantage of how safe the map is. And see, has he done much scouting? He hasn't done much scouting of Daniel's base other than seeing this gold. And the decision to go scouts is going to be based on how safe this map is, because when you go scouts, at the beginning of the feudal age, scouts cost food, so you end up adding in lots of farms. And those farms give you a really strong economy, because even if though you're spending a lot of food to create the scouts, you're investing a lot into your food economy, so you'll end up getting to the castle age actually pretty quickly and with a strong economy, just because you're investing so much into farms. And if you're going something like archers, you couldn't invest that much into farms because you need the wood to spend on archers and not on farms. So MBL will be going for a wall down here. Probably could have gone a bit further forward over here, but not too much of a difference, doesn't really gain much by doing that. Just will have a nice safe wall in front of his berries, and can even take that boar with that villager once she's done walling. He does have a few zebra up here, but doesn't really look like they're in a good position to push them towards the town center. And we'll see, what is he scouting from Daniel's map? Sees Daniel trying to take the zebra to make up for having lost that boar. As Daniel just running the scout around hill on the back of his base. What has Daniel scouted? And I guess he's still looking for his boar, probably. Hasn't quite realized yet that he's playing MBL, perhaps. But that boar is already, it's gone. And let's see how does Daniel adapt to kind of overcome this this loss of the boar. Because one of the things, if you're going something like, say, men-at-arms or for an aggressive forward, you want to get up to the feudal age really quickly so that you can pressure your opponent. Especially if they're going scouts, you want to pressure them before they have time to make the scouts. But stealing that boar will really give him the advantage that he can go up to the feudal age more slowly, get the scouts out, and then play it from there when he has the tools he needs to defend himself. So already we see MBL walled at the bottom, walled at the top. And I guess he didn't quite wall just from here to here, but rather went up a bit more forward just so we could give a bit more space for that wood line. And if there's a tower over here, you can still kind of move villagers around, take wood. And now we see Classic Scouts build is going to be, see, pretty much 20 population. You can do that with the Britons because you take the sheep more quickly, so you have that food to click up to the feudal age faster. So 20 pop, pretty normal if you're going scouts. He'll be walling up towards the TC, and he will be completely safe. 10 villagers on wood, which is basically what you need to get up your barracks and your stable just as you're hitting the feudal age. Hasn't invested in any farms yet, and won't need to for quite a while because of all of these extra goats under the town center. That extra boar steel really helping him with delaying the farms too, because he'll have so much extra food. So wall down here, barracks here, stable will go out in front. You can probably finish the wall after that. And we'll see, will there be a scout fight? Not really. And we see MBL will be up to the feudal age a lot faster than Daniel, who is even up, let's see, on 23 population to make up for that stolen boar. MBL is going to take the hill, try to take the hill advantage in that scout fight. And he might be fighting a bit too soon. He's going to be up to the feudal age first, and it might have been better for him to wait, because now he's up to the feudal age, he has +2 attack on that scout. It looks like Daniel probably will win this. And, oh yeah, bit of a mistake by MBL there, throwing away that scout. But we'll see immediately, he's building a stable. He's building the stable close to the town center, which means, no, it's not dangerous to send a low HP villager to build it. Just do whichever is convenient for him.
Ready. Grayton?
We'll have the stable. Not creating any spearmen yet. Let's see, what has he scouted from Daniel? Don't know yet if he knows whether or not Daniel's going for the men-at-arms, but it looks like Daniel is indeed 3 villagers on gold. Will be going for men-at-arms. And with the Magyars, his men-at-arms will of course get +1 attack. But will those men-at-arms be able to do much damage? Really doesn't look like it. Like it, MBL is nice and safe. He is a stable creating scouts, and he will be fully 100% walled. And now after he's in the feudal age, he can do the eco upgrades, start adding in these farmers with their extra food from horse collar, and now just be really safe with these scouts. And since he's so fully walled, he can go for a small number of scouts and then transition into archers. You don't really need to do bloodlines with an upgrade, even if you're a civ that has it, if you're in this situation, just because, well, you're not going to be investing that much into scouts. You're going to be concentrating more on investing into your economy, getting up archery ranges to create those crossbows you want, and then getting up to the castle age so that you can do the crossbow upgrade. Now here we see he's fully walled, so the men-at-arms can't get in. And just adding in a couple more scouts. And the good thing about these walls now is he has flexibility with the scouts, that he can go forward, and those men-at-arms can attack his base, but he can just keep walling up behind them, unless Daniel comes forward with a tower. So the danger here would be if Daniel comes forward with a spearman to kill scouts and a tower to break through walls before MBL is able to get up the archery ranges, because right now he's kind of in a transition period where he doesn't want to make too many scouts, and he doesn't want to do too much investment before he gets the archery ranges up, and he's going to be in a bit of a weak spot until he can get archers out. But he can just ignore that and keep walling for now as he sends the scouts forward to harass. Daniel will respond with his spearmen. So even if these scouts don't do much damage, they still force Daniel to create spearmen to defend. So even just these 2 spearmen, that's probably a farm and a villager you could have created for those resources, they will slow him down a bit. As now Daniel's adding in more farms towards the back of his base. Daniel stopped taking gold. Looks like he's just adding in farms. But then that's the difference, as MBL, he needs to wall here, don't let the men-at-arms in. But MBL is able to add those farms in a lot sooner than was Daniel, but this is a pretty big mistake here, letting those men-at-arms just get through those walls. Spent too much time probably microing the scouts and didn't pay attention to the men-at-arms. Could he lose a villager here? It looks like that villager will get away, but the men-at-arms are in. But the walls did buy MBL enough time to get up this archery range. As those men-at-arms will start heading over it, the scouts will start heading back. And that's what the scouts give you. It gives you the flexibility. You can make a mistake like this, but since scouts are so mobile, you can still recover. You wouldn't be able to recover like this, bring the scouts back across the map if you had been going for, say, men-at-arms of your own, because they kind of be stuck inside the opponent's base and forced to do something over there. Now this is a great quick wall on the gold mine, especially since it's on this hill. It can be so difficult to get those quick walls up on the hills. But now MBL has the scouts back, has the archer back, and we'll be able to clean up the men-at-arms. Don't know how necessary it was to bring the scouts back instead of just cleaning it up with quick walls and archers. But scouts probably couldn't have done too much more damage anyway with the spamming out. So we'll lose a couple scouts there, but at this point in the game, they're not as useful as they were earlier. And now MBL just has out a couple of archers, one range. He'll look to go up to the castle age. And if we take a look at the economies of both the players, we see MBL ahead really far in both food and wood, and even in gold. And if you look at the food counts, that's 300 food for MBL, compared to a bit less, only like 150 for Daniel. That just came from adding in farms earlier, and from the fact that MBL decided to stop making scouts after a point and go for a small number of scouts. Now he's adding in the second archery range, and we'll try to go pretty much just for the classic Briton crossbows. As Daniel, taking stone. Wonder what he's going to do with the stone. Might just go for a bit of a tower defense. And now here, these scouts will be useful, because MBL will know what Daniel is doing. Daniel won't know what MBL is doing. The hard part about playing against someone who is walled is that you don't know what they're doing inside of their base. They could have 2 town centers when they get to the castle age, or they could have an extra stable back here creating more knights. And if your opponent tries to go for skirmishers, you'll have the stable already to add in a couple of knights. And so MBL will see the tower, and now that he's scouted the tower, he's thinking, okay, can't really do damage over there. Let's send the archers over here, see if there's something else more useful to do with them. And looks like he's just going to hold that hill for now. And actually, we'll go back and just camp them underneath his base. Or, nope, well, nope, he'll just patrol on top of the hill. Okay. The point is he doesn't want to lose those archers before he gets the crossbow upgrade. Now, Daniel's making some skirmishers. The decision Daniel made here was add farms instead of adding in an early range so that he could get a stronger economy. He saw he wasn't able to do pressure with the men-at-arms, so he went for more of an economic approach. Losing 1 scout there, MBL. A bit sloppy, but as long as he has 1 alive, that he can fulfill the purpose of scouting. And MBL will be the first player up to the castle age. Pretty far ahead of Daniel, who still needs about 400 food to make it there. Had to make some skirmishers to defend from the archers. That will slow him down just a bit. And MBL has enough archers up here on the hill. Doesn't need to really worry about them too much. Now, looking at Daniel's base, it probably would be prudent of MBL just to push in, or try to push in right now, but I guess Daniel would have a way to stop that with all the stone he's taking. And that's another thing, Daniel was forced to take this stone with how bad his base is, so that's going to slow him down as well. MBL right now, oh, Daniel even missed 2 of his goats. Oh no. That's pretty bad. So, great job by Daniel, though, even being down 1 boar and 2 goats, still managing to keep his economy running as well as he is. Let's just kind of speed this up as both players are just now advancing up to the castle age. And MBL, will see him getting ready to do the 2-range crossbowman transition. And then, ooh, look at that, it's like a 2.5 minute difference in castle age timings. And there you go, MBL is up to the next stage, immediately doing crossbow, bodkin, and see, not doing the lumber camp upgrade yet, going to put down a university and 2 town centers. Taking advantage of those cheaper Briton TCs to be able to put down the university almost immediately. And now he will be really safe. He has town center between a gold and a wood line, town center between another gold and a wood line. Yep, Daniel reacting to crossbows with a tower, but oh no. Didn't garrison the villagers and lost like 4 villagers there. It's not good. And then another tower on this wood line. So great job using the towers to keep the crossbows out. You'll see Daniel, clearly he knows how to defend against crossbows with towers. Even if he didn't quite react in time, still good principle, use the towers to reinforce your walls. Which, you know, that's great. I like seeing towers when they're used defensively and not offensively. Daniel's pretty safe. MBL sees that Daniel's really safe, so instead of trying to go aggressive, he's just going to boom and oh, look at this sneaky tower by Daniel, trying to force MBL off that wood line, but MBL is pretty much not on that wood line anyway. And we see again what having this back wood line does for NBL. He can get a lumber camp here, just completely surround that wood line. Not even has to worry about having lost this. And look at the military count, 23 to 9. What military does Daniel even have? Looks like he has a couple of knights in the stable. Husbandry, chain barding. Knights are normally a really strong option for the Magyars because you get the free blacksmith upgrades, so you get the +2 attack really early on in the Castle Age. But now MBL is moving out with his crossbowmen. The 5-fill lead just from being up faster. And will these crossbows be able to do any damage? No, because they're walking back and not continuing to go forward. And MBL is just going to get his boom on. Oh, another sneaky tower by Daniel, but again, not really going to affect too much when MBL can just use this wood line in the back. And also this wood line over here if he needs to. And those towers must be so annoying though. If anything, it basically means villagers from this town center are going to be a lot less efficient since they can't gather near that town center. But I don't think this is going to be nearly enough damage to counteract MBL's lead. See Daniel walling it in slightly, but not all the way. It's going to build a house back here. As MBL is up to the Imperial Age. That will be Monastery, University, Imperial Age. He'll look to get out Arbalest and attack quickly once he gets up to Imp. And he's just going to keep these crossbows in his base right now. What he does not want to do is get surprised by Daniel and lose the crossbows before he is able to turn them into Arbalest. So as he starts getting closer to the Imperial Age, we'll see he's doing ballistics, using that University. And this, even though he invested into those scouts, he's still going to have a really nice Imperial Age time of about 29 minutes with a 3TC boom behind it. Just because he was able to invest so much into those farms in the beginning of the Feudal Age, sets his economy up nice just for that quick transition. Add in 2 more town centers. He only added like 3 more farms around one of those town centers and still was able to go up. And now we might actually see it fight. MBL maybe trying to scat out where that villager was. Sees another tower going up with his crossbows, but Knights from Daniel not going to let the army split up. Daniel just trying to be a bit more annoying with those villagers. Coming out with Knights and Scorpions. MBL spreading the crossbows out. Takes out the Scorpion. And now he's up, going to do Arbalest. Or not Arbalest, going for Bracer. But Arbalest needs to come in soon once he gets the resources for it. Daniel probably sees MBL's up and wants to take a fight before the Imperial Age upgrades are in. I don't think he can, though, as Bracer is now coming in for the crossbows. Villagers can do whatever they want down there, but hopefully MBL doesn't let them sneak in again. And where are those crossbows gonna go? Still no Arbalest for MBL, which is kind of surprising. You'd think that'd be the next upgrade you want to prioritize. Doesn't look like he's really doing any upgrades at this time, but now only crossbows, but they have bracers, so they're going to absolutely rip these knights apart. And we see MBL just doing a bit of micro there to fire and retreat. Finally now starting to do Arbalest. And Daniel's knights are just going to melt. Look at those poor knights. And there is the GG from Daniel. Nice, so a bit of a quick one there, but I just thought it was interesting to look at why you might want to go scouts as a Briton player. If you have a good defensive map like MBL had, it can let you get a pretty good economy going and help you even get up to a quick boom like we saw MBL do there, get to the Imperial Age more quickly, and get out a quick army of Arbalests, or not even Arbalests, but almost Arbalests. So let's take a look at those achievements. Look at that difference in gold collected and also wood collected. We see MBL just throughout that game had a much stronger economy. Part of that was due to the laming, which always helps though, but villager high. See MBL able to maintain pretty much even on the villager count despite having spent all that time advancing to the Imperial Age. So hope you guys liked that. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.